Hey everybody, we're getting ready to dance it in.
I need like some drumsticks.
I know, we do need drumsticks. Look. Do pins
I
count?
always wanted to be a drummer. It's not too late. Maybe one day.
I have lots of pins.
Got nothing. Hey guys, welcome to the Center of the Saint. I'm Melissa Bell.
And I'm Allison Kane.
Today, we are talking about finding your tribe. And this is a topic that I get a lot of questions about. People say, how do you find your people? Because often when I'm speaking, I end up saying about my really good friends, or it comes up a lot when I speak about the people that have helped me and the people that hold me up when I need it. And so at the end, people say, how do you find your people? Because I haven't found mine yet.
It can be lonely. We talked about loneliness last week.
Yeah.
And kind of we're lonely, not lonely right now. Or we wish we were lonely. But it can be lonely when you don't have those friends. I mean, so now it is so great to be able to reach out to you and to know who I can call when I'm having one of those crazy days where I just want to hide in the closet or scream. And so, so we were thinking about a few really important steps when it comes to finding your tribe. And one is really prayer and evaluation. I mean, it's always good to start with prayer, right? Like prayer about, Lord, show me the people that may already be in my life that I could go deeper with, that I need to surround myself with more. And if they're not in my life, please, I pray that they cross my path, that you'll bring them into my life. And then another one is, Lord, who's in my life that may not need to be in my top 5?
Yeah, and the top 5 is what you talk about when you talk about a friend of yours and how, we can have hundreds of friends on Facebook, right? But we only need 3 to 5 close friends that we can count on, and that would be your top 5.
That's right. And they say whoever they are.
Who are they?
They say a lot, but they say that you are going to be like your closest, the 5 people that you hang with the most. So you're going to be like, which can kind of be scary. I mean, it depends on who your people are, right? And so that is a really good way to look at it when you're evaluating this and praying about this. But it is good. The Bible actually cares a lot about friendship and has a lot of guidance in it and scriptures. I mean, there's over 75 about how to choose your friends wisely and what good friends look like. And so that's a great place, always a great place to start, prayer and the Word of God. But picking those people, you've got to pick some good ones, right? That are striving. I know my mom used to always say, hang out with people that make you a better person, that are better than you, that are smarter than you, that are kinder than you, because then you go up instead of backwards, right?
Oh, yeah. I always say it's like, I want to be like this person in my walk with God. It's like dangling a carrot. And so, if I see great things in you, I'm going to say, wow, what does she do that I can do that will invest more in me and make me more like God, right? And I think that goes with any aspect of your life, the things that you're really trying to enhance in your life. When I'm at the gym, I'm following those people that have the bodies that I want, right?
That's right.
Sadly, they're in the cycling room, but here I go.
That's such a good point. Oh my gosh, it's so true. In anything we do, we're looking for those people to mentor us, to make us better, to move us forward, not make us stuck. Oh, sorry, that was my call. I didn't mute my phone. Dang.
I think it's going to happen to me too. I haven't turned my phone off. We are having a moment. It's Monday. We normally record on Tuesday.
Zoom call party foul. Oh my gosh. That's real life, people. That's real life.
We are in the middle of it.
So something that I really wanted to hone in on, like we briefly talk about this in the podcast, about finding your friends, and you've got to kind of step out of your comfort zone. All right. So you got to pray about it, but you can't just be like, okay, God, here I am. I'm going to sit on my front porch. Bring me some good people to be in my tribe. You've got to put yourself out there, and you've got to be on the lookout for those people. I know for me, I got to the point in my life where I just felt like, I was always leading a study or doing a study. And I seem to always be in the leader role, which I get. And I love that role. But I just needed to join a small group. I didn't want anybody to know what I did what I did, that I wrote Bible studies and all this stuff, and that I spoke at women's conferences. I just wanted to go to a small group, and I just wanted to hear what other women had to say, and just be loved and encouraged, just like we all want. And of course, eventually you find out you can't go and be some fake person in a small group, but it was so refreshing just to go and to meet these amazing women, no titles, no whatever, just everybody was in a group, just doing life together. And I really created some amazing friendships. And so sometimes you have to do the opposite of what you're used to. I was used to being in a leader role. I went to the participant role. Maybe you're always a participant. Maybe you need to be a leader and start a group and invite some people that God has placed on your heart. But we got to step outside our comfort zone sometimes to find those people. Just like my friend that I talk about that knocked on my townhouse door. She'd only seen me drive in and out of my house going to work. And she said, I'm starting a supper club. Do you want to be a part of it? Like, she stepped out of her comfort zone, and we have to do that as well.
Yeah. That reminds me, I'm sorry if I speak over you, my computer's glitching today, but that reminds me of my daughter, Aubrey. She kept saying, I don't really have good friends, or that's not really my kind of person. And I said, you're looking in the wrong place, babe. Like, you love books and you love the museum. So guess where your people are? They're hanging out in the museum and in the libraries. And lo and behold, here she is, and she has found her people, as she would say, in the museum.
How about that? I love it. That's so true. Common interest that pull you together. And sometimes it's unexpected. Sometimes it's just a hobby, and sometimes it's a neighbor that you have never talked to because you just drive you put your garage door up, you drive in, you put your garage door down, but you take some time, you notice you're both out in the yard gardening some, whatever, and you start walking together. Sometimes those really special friendships come in the strangest of places. I mean, look at you and I had only heard of you for so many years. Like, I just knew Melissa Bell sounded so intriguing because it's like, oh, she might throw a cuss word. She is awesome. She might throw a cuss word out there, but she is funny and good and loves the Lord. And I'm like, oh, she sounds fun.
We do have so much fun together. I remember being very intimidated by you, and I could have let that be the end of our story, because I could have thought, she is going to judge me this way, I'm not as good as she is, or something along that lines, and not giving it a chance. So I think it's important to make sure that you are checking your own heart when you're making these decisions and realizing, I'm actually going to make that decision out of an insecurity of mine. And I can't even imagine how sad my life would be if you weren't in it, or where I would be.
I'm so glad you didn't. I don't know what I'd do without you either. And our prayer for all of you listening is that you find some friends, so that you have some, like Melissa and I have, in each other, and other friends, outside of one another as well. And God cares. I just want you to hear that. I mean, He cares. There is so much. Please open up your Bible and check out scriptures on friendship. He cares, and He gives us direction on how to be a good friend and what to look for in our friends. And He will answer that prayer. It may not be instantly. Sometimes it is a lot sooner than we want, and sometimes it takes a little longer than we want. But He cares, and He's listening, and there are people out there that are also looking for good quality friends, that you can trust and listen to and share thoughts about God and insecurities and fears. And I know it is so beneficial for me to be able to pick up the phone and be able to call Melissa on those hard days and just be real, be discouraged, be insecure, throw out a cuss word, whatever, whatever the day holds. And she's like, girl, I got you. And she just throws out encouragement. It's like she just knows my heart. And that does take time, but it also takes, vulnerability and transparency and honesty between each other, me being transparent and honest with her and her with me. And that can be scary sometimes, but I tell you what, the fruit of that in a friendship is incredible.
And, we do talk about a lot of different stuff in the podcast. We talk about friend file folders, and we talk about, what it's like to actually be hurt by friends and lose friends. And at one point, we actually could not come up with something. And so we said, hey, I hope you'll reach out to us if you've ever done this before. So listen to the podcast, and hopefully someone's going to come back with an answer for us.
Yes, we want to hear your stories. And please do go listen to the podcast. And we've got some new recordings coming up. So we want to hear from you. We've got some ideas, but if you have something in mind that you'd really like to hear us talk out and slap a little Jesus on, we would love to hear from you. So we're going to dance it out. And until next week, take care.
See you later.
Love you, friends.
Love you. Oh, I need my drums.
My kids would say, Mom, you're so weird.
That's why we get along.
Keeping the weird alive over here. Oh, ladies, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time on The Sinner and the Saint.